Welcome to Dungeon Up, a board game for 1 to 4 players, with games of 20 to 30 minutes and from 10 years old, which also comes with its expansion below. The theme of the game is that our heroes have been trapped in a dungeon and will have to escape from their cells to the surface. This would be the usual setup for a game for a single player. For more players it would be exactly the same but adding more initial cell cards, more player tokens and more heroes. Each dungeon that we compose will be individual. Players play in their dungeon independently. We have here on one side the goal cards, we have the boss cards, we have the room market, and up here we have the treasure deck. The turn is very simple. Players can do two things: either take a card from the room market and add it to their dungeon, or confront a boss. In this case, we do not yet have the power to confront any bosses, so we will draw a room card. These cards are added to our current dungeon on the last card, the last room visited. In this case we can add it to the right side or to the left side. We are interested in adding it to the right side because when confronting this monster we will pass through this entrance and we will take a gem that will count already for our inventory. Having acquired a green gem, we have obtained a yellow currency equipment, which we can use to confront yellow monsters. We replenish the market and move on to the next turn. All heroes have an advanced side, which also includes an additional asymmetric ability, which is different for each character. In another turn, we could, for example, place this card here, because we already have a yellow coin to confront this type of monster. When we move to next room, we get a treasure, which is a card up here. In this case, we got a card that gives us 2 honor points. It is a special object, a piece of the crown. If we get another part of the crown, it will give us 3 additional honor points. And it also includes skulls. I will explain the skull system later. Our dungeon is also part of our inventory. By moving our player token, we have unlocked a sword type equipment that counts to be able to confront blue monsters, which at level 2 require 2 swords. In addition, we have here already a green gem, as we said before, and a treasure that can count us for quests. And that said, the monsters that we leave visible will provide us with honor points and skulls. For example, placing us here, as we have a sword, we can confront a blue level 1 monster. When we enter the room we will get a red gem. It does not provide us with anything at this time for our character, but it is bringing us closer to fulfill that goal. We got 2 honor points and 2 skulls. That said, be careful with the skulls, because at the end of the game, the player who accumulates more in their rooms, treasures, bosses, or even with the expansion, in the ghosts, will lose 5 honor points. When connecting rooms we can also connect potions, as we have said. Each one has a different ability. For example, the red one allows us to steal a random treasure from an opponent. The green one allows us to get a wild card. A wild card is a random card, which we keep in our play area. We can use it at any time as a resource that we need to defeat a monster or to defeat a boss. We also have the blue potion, which is the one we are going to take in this case. We advance our player token. This potion allows us to confront a boss and get 1 more level than the one we have faced. We are going to do a boss fight. To confront a boss, we have to choose the level we are going to confront. We have level 1, level 2, level 3 and level 4. A boss at level 4 cannot be taken by any rival, but if you have a boss with level 1, 2 or 3, they could overcome those levels and take it. In this case we would be interested in defeating this boss, because we have 2 flames in our inventory and we have 2 swords. Taking advantage of the fact that we are on the blue potion that allows us to gain 1 more level, by beating level 2 we would take level 3. That's it, we simply have to fulfill the condition. The boss would come to our game zone, indicating in which level we have it. Advancing a little the game we would have this situation. We have fulfilled an instant goal, since we have obtained the 3 gems, the blue diamond, the red ruby and the green emerald. We would take the goal card to our game zone and get 3 honor points. Regarding the goals, we have 2 types of goals. The instant ones like this one that we just got, or like this one that the first one to acquire 4 treasure chests gets it. And we also have majority goals for the end of the game. In this case the one who has more potions at the end of the game would take it. Regarding the treasures, basically we have 2 types. Those that give us honor points, such as the crown that if we combine it gives us more points, the goblets that give us a point of honor, and also if we get a combination of gems give us extra honor points. The Dungeon Up game ends when 1 or more players have 12 levels in their dungeon. One of the mechanics of the expansion is the ghosts that can appear in the room deck. The ghosts include 4 curses at different levels. The players will choose which curse they want to keep. The player who accepts the highest curse will take the ghost with the honor points it gives him. For example, If all players wanted to accept the level 1 curse with an additional skull, they would have to move to the next level. Repeating the process until the players pass, until only one player accepts a curse. In case of a tie in the last levels, the active player gets the ghost. Another new feature of the expansion are the secret chamber cards, which we can add to our last room by the connection that we have not visited. In this case we would also get a green gem and a red rune. We can get in this level gems or equipment for our inventory. In the lower levels we can get runes, of which there are 4 types of runes, being the golden ones the ones that provide 2 honor points, and any other runes provide 1 honor point. Trios or sets of 4 different runes can be made to get more honor points. When connecting secret chambers, although at the bottom we can see that we have 2 runes, there is a wall in between that separates them. We will only have access to the ones on this side. In addition to these 2 mechanics, we also have new rooms, which include accesses where you get honor points or where you get to level up one of the bosses that we have defeated and are in our play area. We also have 2 new reversible goals. We have 2 new characters with advanced skills. And we have 3 new bosses. The solo mode works in a slightly different way. To start with, we're going to confront final bosses. We have to fulfill some conditions to kill them before finishing the game. In addition, the treasure market is displayed, so we can choose between those 2 treasures. The red potion will change its function. Now it will renew the treasure market. We have no room market. We will simply have a hand with 3 rooms, and whenever we want to play a room, we have to discard another one. At the end of the turn, we will always replenish our hand until we have 3 cards. In case we cannot replenish our hand with, the game is over. The game will always be played with us and 3 normal bosses, which, as you can see, are on the reverse side. In this case, to fulfill Therefore, a turn would basically be to draw 1 card and discard another. At the end of the turn we would draw 2 cards and refill our hand. We would continue applying the effects by advancing our token, taking a treasure that we would take to our zone, repeating until the deck of rooms runs out.